is going on, guys? Welcome back to another session of Build Break and Fix, which is brought to you by the Raw Coders, which is us. And today you have only got one raw coder, which is me. Hope you're all doing very, very well and having a really great weekend. And yeah, let's first thing is first, let's do the acknowledgement and pay our respects to the elders of the past, present, and future. So here we go. I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gathered today, and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and future. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Fantastic. So that was all done pretty smoothly. And yeah, so just a bit of a context from Friday night's stream we did, which involved me and Kartik. We basically fixed an issue where we weren't able to see each other's notes that we were producing through the WebSockets, and that was due to the DOM purifier not being referenced properly. So what we initially have done is we have deleted the DOM purifier completely because we don't need that at this stage. We are just working on doing some other bug fixes of WebSocket. So for today's session, we're mainly going to be focusing on there's a bug of WebSocket, which is the nodes that are not being updated. A function is being they're still being tried to update when there's no new text in those nodes once saved, I believe. Yeah, so that's the one that we're going to be tackling today. Hey Gegdev, you're right there. Tori's busy with his interviews and other stuff as well, so he'll hopefully be back very soon. All right, cool. So let's get the ball popping. So do you want to choose a letter, Gegdev? Hang on, this time between one. So what am I saying? Between one. That's not even a letter. This time, how about if we give you a narrower option, which would be A to M? Oh, perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's give you a for Tori. So what does come in T? Again. So we have got this logic that if a letter doesn't match to any of the built-in background musics, then we just select the one closest to the chosen one. So in this case, R would be the closest to T, so we can play the music starting with R. So there we go. All right, I'm pretty sure you have already guessed out which one that is. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? All right, so I'm gonna basically share my screen and see how we go from there. Okay, so we'll open up Jira and just make sure that our bug is there. This one and this one. All right, let's get the ball popping now. So yeah, we plan to work on this one here, which is patch note method being called when no changes are made to the note. Alright, so let's get the code up and going. So yeah, I was working on that one, but didn't eventually make a headway because I needed another person to. Actually, I wouldn't need another person to test this out in order to reproduce it, because it it doesn't it just requires me creating a card, saving it, and then getting the board back, and then trying to update it as well, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right. What I'm gonna do is, so as you can see, I like to create different branches in order to do different features or bug fixes. So in this one, I've created a branch called SV80, which is representing our bug in Jira, which is SV80 over here. All right. So we're gonna be doing that, and then I will go to my AWS account and enable the enable okay, what's my MFA code? Let's have a look. These are actually a really good feature that's been implemented though, because it, it, it really gets your account hacked, which is fantastic. Alright, unauthorized is coming. I don't know why does that show it again and again. Maybe AWS has to address this. Do that one. Boom, voila. Okay, let's bring our. Actually, I might be able to do this offline as well. Yeah, I might be able to. Let's have a look if I can. So local server. Ah, live server was called. Yeah. So if I go into, if I do this and do cd into client, and then run the local server, and then it should bring me to this board. And if I create this board 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So if we say create the first node, saying 1, actually node 1, and then actually let me create another node. Alright, let's save this 1, 2, 3, 4. Submit. Okay, so this is the one that we're working on, patching note. So it's actually trying to patch which note here. Post patch note away in post patch sync. Which one is it trying to do? What's the card number 331? Which this one is the card there is actually trying to update A2. So note 1. So it's trying to update that. But why is it going to patch, which is over here? Because that's not even inserted. Let's have a look. Note 1. Position. Oh wait. Where's the status? As in the status object of it gone. It should be there. Interesting. So apparently nothing here. Cool. So apparently it doesn't have the status object the status property coming through. The text, it's got the position, it's got the color. Yeah, it doesn't have text, color. Yeah, it doesn't have the status. That's probably the reason why it's doing that. So data ID status, no, that's not the one. Data, draw new card, create dispatch method, action data. So what would this give us? Let's have a look at that. This would give us message board ID is undefined, then get board ID from the local storage, otherwise send dispatch. Okay, init. Here we go. So cards array, this one ID is there. No, I'm looking for text, position, and color. Text. So data, text, position. Color, right. So I need to add a status here as well. ID. So if that gets there, so what I want to do is, yeah, color is there, yellow, position is that one, and text is that one. So I want to add the status here as well. Okay, and then I want to add ID text, color, X, Y, and then status. Okay, let's see if this does the trick. Hopefully might. Let us see. So if I create a new note in note 3, then I should get the status as well. Green, no I don't. Position, yeah, I don't get this. So it's giving me an ID data has color, position, text, and status. So text, if text is coming from here, get board array. Oh, no, hang on. Status is no inserted board. Data is no data ID string. Status is no inserted, and an array of the board notes. Okay, this is the board notes. Where's the add, and then used. No inserted. So why isn't add update board notes? Why is it no games? Why does it not have a property port inserted as in status? Actually, let me try that again. Live server. Mm, 3, 4. Yeah, it doesn't have that. Oh, it's in script.js 473. Right, 473 is happening. So that brings that one, and then no inserted. Why is it not printing out the inserted thing? Text, position, color. ID, text, position, color. Add update board notes. Notes if it if it doesn't have an ID, then give it no insert. But if it does, it should give me ID, data, text, and the status. Hang on, let me check it properly. Color, position, text. Status. Oh, right. I see. So it's basically date value data for each one data and value dot status. Right. Now let's see if it prints it out. Note 4. Here we go. Cool. So it's printing out now, which is great. So if I inserted, note 2 is already inserted, which is fantastic. And then note 3. So when it tries to update now, it shouldn't. It should take both and just no. It shouldn't give me the console error. Delete. Don't worry about that. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4. So it didn't give me anything. It's not basically what I was after. I was after that. Say 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I do note 1. inserted. Note 2 not inserted as well. Cool. And now if I try and save it, it should all be saved perfectly fine. So okay, so I've done this now. I've saved it once, and I'm gonna open it up again. Save from here. Do that. 6 1 2 3 4. Okay, and add another one. Note 3. Searches. So shouldn't call the patch. Should only. So would it call the patch again? It would call the patch because it will just update this one, and it should call. Let's see what it does. 2 3 4. What? Okay, so it's not giving me the error now. That's interesting. Cool. So that problem doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, cool. So this doesn't exist. This is great. We can get rid of this. Okay, now WebSocket connection time is to be extended. That doesn't have to be done because it's already for 2 hours max. So we can peer review that. Alright, I was saving notes faulty at times. Brace condition might exist in board tab table when post a patch note. Alright, so now when WebSocket closes, inform the user of disconnection. Okay, so this one needs to work between 2 people. Saving notes faulty at times. Actually, saving notes faulty at times. What was the condition of this? Race condition might exist in board table when posting patch note. I need to have a look at this. How do I click? I'm not being able to click. Not being able to click on given issues. Okay, Jira won't let me open up issues. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm using Jira mobile app to be able to unlock the first. Let me open issue queue to generating error messages. So let me check what error messages I'm getting. That would be a cool starting point. No, don't get any error messages. This is really interesting, honestly. REST API project DevOps. Server will not found. Migration does not exist. Data front is wow, so apparently they have something wrong on their end. Optimus possible memory leak detected. Performed action result in a commit or revert. Oh, interesting. Jira has got this bug. And I'm just trying to open on my and it's working as normal. But that's in 2020. That's 2 years ago. Maybe in this instance, there is an clear issue I can see based on the above. The best place to investigate. And it's phase 4 Jira not providing the same solution same options. However, I believe you can still open a new tab. Can I open a new tab? No, I can't open a new tab. This is really interesting. There does not appear to be a perfect equivalent in this. There does not appear to be a perfect equivalent to this in this current feature of this. This is for approximately 4 years ago. What is happening to Jira? Interesting. Can't open any of the issues. I need to read in this part. How do we do this? How do we do this? How do we do this? How do I open an issue in Jira? Alright, I'll probably have to research on this issue because I'm not being able to do anything here on this Jira. In a team managed project. But why though? Oh, so I can do it through here. Interesting. Okay, let's work out from here. WebSocket time needs to be extended. Nope, it doesn't anymore. Peer review. Last script tag. Website board authentication and sharing flow. Okay, we can go on this race condition. Saving notes. 40 at time race condition might exist in board table when posting patch note. Condition right should be considered when updating the list of nodes in the board table. If two clients try to read and write the same note, read and write the same note at the same time, this might be creating a race condition. The way to deal with that issue is explained in this article as a condition expression. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at that. Although these are edge cases, but yeah, we can go for this one. So by default, in DynamoDB operations put update delete unconditional. Each operator overrides an existing item that has the specific primary key. DynamoDB optionally supports DynamoDB optionally supports conditional writes for these operations. Conditional write succeeds only if the item attributes meet one or more expected conditions. Okay, otherwise it returns an error. Conditional writes are helpful in many situations. For example, you might want an put item operation to succeed only if there's not already an item for the same primary key. Okay, or you could prevent an update item operation from modifying an item if one of its attributes has a certain value. Conditional writes are helpful in many cases where multiple users are trying to modify the same. Consider the following diagrams and Alice above. Okay, Alice gets it. ID1 price 10, and then ID1 price 8. Okay, and then Bob gets the same idea. ID1 price 10, price 12. Suppose that Alice uses InvisiLet to update the price attribute to 8, and the arguments are now suppose update item to price 12 for Bob. The expression of like this. Now consider following to request conditional pull item delivered to specify a condition expression. A conditional expression is a string containing attribute names. Conditional operators are built-in functions. Okay, right. Now consider the following algorithm showing how conditional write would prevent Alice update from being overwritten. Alice updates it to 8, and then she updates to price is 10. So update price to 12 so this is basically the conditional operator if price is 10, which is not anymore, so it won't do it. Right. Interesting. Alice first tries to update okay. So how do we implement it? Conditional by idempotence. Anything? No. Okay, capacity units. So how do we implement this? A failed condition fry returns. Okay, cool. So all I basically need to do fry operations, condition expressions, value as to false during a conditional write still comes conditional writes, conditional writes. So if I do to implement conditional writes in DynamoDB. Okay, I know what they are now, which is great. All we need to do is find an existing matches are and most PK user. When storing reviews in your table, you might decide to want the following primary key. Item table, item primary. Additional product, conditional write. Noise, conditional expression. Conditional expression. To handle this, you can use attribute exist, confirm existing or non-existent an item. Conditional expression, not exist. Not exist. Enforcing business rules. Conditional expression. Is that one? Zero promise. While conditional rise transactional. Conditional rise are transactional rise, but how they are done is not public information. It's not public. It's not public information. It's proprietary. Only the one should know. So hang on, do we even need this in the first place at this moment? Because it is kind of an edge case. DynamoDB. possible concurrency issues. The right way to implement a mutex. No, this is not the one I need. So if that's the edge case, yeah, we can basically leave that out at the moment because I don't think that this is gonna. We can probably come back to this because I don't think this is critical for the first release. Yeah, but this is because we need to add we need to include columns in the WebSocket. So let's do this. Where is that one? Okay, where's our columns in WebSocket in progress? Hook up WebSocket to board column functionality. Right, cool. So we need to add columns. We need to hook up board to, as in board columns to WebSocket. Right, how do I do this? Draw new column. Oh, I can basically do the same which I did in the card. Draw new card. Create card. Dispatch. WebSocket message. So I can do the same with new column. Draw new column. Total columns function on column change. There you go. And total columns. No, this is not gonna do it. It's called dispatch action, which is the first one. Action, default, dispatch, and message. So I need to give it it sends a WebSocket message to AWS. Okay, yeah, which is what we want, but instead of this we want another one. So if I basically I want to be able to see the columns in the other one as well, through the WebSocket. Just keeping an eye on the chat as well. Okay, so we don't really need this. So we need 2 people to test this functionality of web columns being done in WebSocket. Alright, but we'll probably have to come back tomorrow because I need to test this with a second person not being on the same network as mine, because in that way it doesn't really work. Or we can actually dual cognito, I guess. Hang on, let me actually try that. If I can do it. Okay, 2, 4. So if I do this and new cognito window, open that one up as well. Okay, cool. So it does work. Brilliant. So that means if I create more columns, actually I want to add a note. So that comes up there. And the cognito one. Oh yeah, it does. Cool. But it doesn't really move it. Yeah. Anyway, so it does it what we are expecting it to do, but not fully. So if I create a column, will it come there? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't come there. Right, yeah, we will probably have to come back to this tomorrow now. Where's my thing? Right, guys, it was a good session. Yeah, we didn't what I thought was the issue for as in the patching of the note method is being called when we don't even patch the notes. That's apparently not the case, so we made a bit of a headway there. And the next thing will be to hooking up the board columns to the WebSocket, so all the users can see the different board columns in one go as well while they are being made. All right, so we will come back to that tomorrow. So if you want to see how we fix that, actually implement it, because it hasn't been implemented yet. Feel free to join us tomorrow, same time, same place, and this same task. All right, guys, have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.